Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 1 second. Good morning. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Yeah, maybe if I can stop breaking stuff. Also, let me give me a second, guys. I'll be back. 1 sec. Can you tell? Can you tell I was busy scalping rather than getting ready for the stream? So wait, where's my water? How come this isn't plugged in? Yeah, busy scalping. Good morning, guys. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you, Elisa. Yesenia, good morning. Virus, good morning. Raven, good morning. Dan, good morning. Gentles, bye. Oh, for now, yeah, you can see that resistance though, right? Below $1.40, there's a lot of resistance there. Flash, good morning. Ramteen, good morning. Chris, good morning. Ahmad, good morning. T, good morning. Good morning, Howard. Make more monies, please. Tony, good morning. Rico, good morning. It's early. It is early. Not for virus though, because some people live on the beach. Ahmad, good morning. Truth, good morning. Tim, good morning. Efren, good morning. Salad, good morning. Jay, good morning. Good morning, Shah. Other Jay, good morning. JD, good morning. Mark, good morning. A lot. Good to see you. Where have you been? Good morning. Amy, good morning. NB, good morning. Who am I missing? Lucky, good morning. Patricia, good morning. Lizzie, good morning. Rita, good morning. Virus, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. A, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Dang, the week is flying. Emma, good morning. Jericho, good morning. James, good morning. Chomo, good morning. Sandri, good morning. Emily, good morning. Emma, good morning. HRM, good morning. RJ, good morning. Brian, good morning. Bill, good morning. Erica, good morning. Don't forget to drink your water. Yeah, drink your water, please. Because you missed PRAX, probably best not to trade. Yep, old paper trade if you need to, right? 7, Ayo, good morning. Jason, good morning. Trey, good morning. Let's make some monies, please. Hurricane, good morning, Dustin. Rock, good morning. Mario, good morning. Good morning, everybody. If I missed you, sorry. Good morning. CM, good morning. OT, good morning. Top of the morning to you as well. Sheriful, good morning. Ravon, how to join Discord? We keep telling you. I sent you multiple screenshots, Ravon. Alrighty? Click on the join link at the bottom of the chat there. Sahel, good morning. CB, good morning. Andy, good morning. Morpheus, good morning. KB, ayo. Atura, good morning. Vena, good morning. Is it gonna go back? Why are you asking? Are you in the position? Is that why you're asking? Let me know. Yeah, no, PRAX has been good this morning. That was a pretty nice run, right? So $57 to 100 and almost 200, 175. So, and it's just chilling up there, right? So, I mean, pretty good news. It doesn't seem like a small company, right? The market cap was 1.2 billion before this news came out, and then they had phase three, tremor success news, right? So, but anyways, whatever that means, right? So, seems like a good company with more positive news. Phase three is usually good, right? Phase three is the you're ready to make money phase. Right, so it's not a surprise that the stock is up 180% and it's holding up. So that's nice. SCNX had news coming into the open, and the stock had a nice pop, right? So we'll see if that thing can consolidate and go from there. Cool. CYCU's done well again. Penny stock, news pop, dipski. Everything seems to be popping and dipping. WHWK. This one's done really well this morning too. It kind of looks like we're trying to curl here now, which is good. So and then MIRA was fun last night. We had some fun with this one, right? So quite a few names we're going to be looking at. They all seem a bit suspicious going into the open, but that's usually how it is. A few minutes into the open, and then we pick out the gems. Alrighty. So for now, I would almost want to say that WHWK is closer to the top, right? But we shall see. Cool. What's your favorite name going into the open? Let's go, Raven. Hashtag trendits. What a great week it's been so far. Tip the dealer. Thank you, Raven. Love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's been a really good week actually. A really good week. So let's keep cooking, please. Let's end the week with some violence. Some violence, to the upside, please, of course. Because we have to specify. Next thing you know, the orange wizard of Actually, Trump is speaking today at 3:30, by the way, 3 p.m., something like that, right before the market closes. So he's not gonna come until the market closes and then cause violence. But anyways, la, 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 la. Sounds good. Alrighty. Again, what's your favorite name going into the open? Those two. Yep. So CYCU, WHWK, SCNX, HTX Trader. Yes, yes, yes. So the same names we're all paying attention to, right? For a bid now, yeah, Trey. Yep. So CYCU, WHWK, right? Nice curl. Like I said, this one's closer to the top of the list than it is to the bottom, so that's a good thing. And we open in 40 seconds here. Right. So I like that that's curling. That view up is going to be a bit of an obstacle, like it usually is, right? And then we'll go from there. PRAX has that double top, triple top that it needs to break above at 170, 175. And then SCNX, that 50 EMA. Let's see if we can curl up that 50 EMA. We have this conversation every single morning, right, guys? If you're not sure what to do, sit on your hands. Take your hands, put them underneath something, and sit on them. Alrighty. If you're not sure what to do, sit on your hands. Please. Ready? Let's go. This is not a bribe, T. Yes, it is. Let's go. Dancers, okay. Why does everything that Dan say come across as a roast? This is PTSD now, isn't it? Yeah. There we go. Raven, make trend it. Thank you. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, T. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, let's see if we can clear the VWAP here on WHWK. Alrighty. We talk about how, like, in order for these names to perform really well at the open, they do need to break out, right? Usually, or just consolidate really nicely at the open. WHWK is consolidating nicely there at 330. Let's see if we stay above 330. It would be nice if we broke above that VWAP though at 360. So I almost prefer a break above the VWAP rather than the support, just because we're at the open. Ready? Yeah, Pablo. Yep. So again, if you're not sure what to do at the open, sit on your hands, please. Alrighty, and then we shall see which of these names actually gives us, the vibes. The vibes. I still kind of like this one more than all the other names, but we're not getting any breakouts, right? So there's a nice pop for CTXR there. VVIK tried to pop a little bit there. Codex just had some news. Not sure why they waited for the market to open before they dropped that news, but right. And then RYOJ with the retest of the 200 EMA. Right, you guys see how there's so many options at the open, and there's always a bit of confusion, right? So if you're not sure, sit on your hands. Yeah, CTRX with a nice pop there. Bonjour, savoir. Bonjour, bonjour. And then VVIK with a nice little pop there. WHWK. That's such a weird ticker symbol. Like, why would you do that? White Hawk. Anyways, I guess it makes sense when you look at the ticker symbol, but still. There goes VIVK with a nice pop. 53 cents, 54 cents, 55 cents. It's a nice pop. That is a nice pop. SCNX is, let's see if that thing consolidates around $1 there. Alrighty. PRAX is, this one's going to be a bit more expensive now, so I highly doubt, we're really going to be paying attention to this. Right? That from $57 to 160, 170, that might have been it, but who knows? VIVK is flying on that candle there, though. Flying. 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 56. Ish. That's a pretty aggressive candle, isn't it? Candle said, "Let me take the vibes all in my hands." Let me take a look at CTRX XR XR. Yeah, bit of a pop to a supply zone there. A bit of a pop to a supply zone. See if we can close above $1.90. VIVK clearly is the pumper, isn't it? It's the pumper for right now. Oof, my goodness, that's a nice pop. Even stuff like this is always a bit more difficult to manage at the open, though. You know, looks like we're still dipping on this one. Like I said, I prefer the breakouts on these names, guys. Even on WHWK, right? Just because like testing support at the open is cool, but um, it's not always the end of the story. There goes 59 cents, guys. My goodness, the that pre-market high was 63. But you can see that we have a whole bunch of wicks, and that supply zone is a little bit thicker though, right below 60. So just be careful here below 60. Alrighty, just be careful there. That was a really good pop though. MJ, good morning. PRAX does. Yeah, there's a lot of resistance there. So it's going to need to break out. ACHR with a nice pop. That's the one Kathy Woods has been buying. Does that have warrants, Pablo? Maybe. That might be a good one for you. ACHR with those, maybe as a longer warrant swing. Yeah, so failing at that supply zone for now. The White Hawk is testing testing a potential pivot here above $3. So let's see, we hold. If not, we're looking for the 200 EMA. Alrighty. So again, supply. Lisa, good morning. Hello. You can see that supply up there though, right, Ahmad? So especially when you're pumping like this aggressively right off the bat, you must want to expect those dip skis. Yeah, we're still dipping on this one, right? So there's nothing to see here yet, right? And MIRA is testing the bottom. Most of these names are kind of playing games here, so I don't really see anything that stands out as like the main play yet. Not to me, at least. Not to me, at least. Okay, Pablo. Yeah. Donovan, what's your position for AQMS? Let me know. I'll take a look. So there is a little bit of support here, guys, for WHWK, just because we had this last pivot there. So let's see if it holds that level. If that level doesn't hold, though, then we're definitely looking for the 200 EMA. Alrighty, so we'll keep an eye on that level. Cool. Keep an eye on this little 305 range here for White Hawk. MIRA with a bit of a pop off that demand zone. So that's not horrible, but we're still below. VIVK is definitely looking like if that thing didn't have that supply zone, or if it breaks above that supply zone, there's a lot more room to the upside, right? It looks like White Hawk is trying to bounce up this bottom, so that's a good thing. Trying to. So retesting from 305 back to 320. And there goes 325. Right, so we've hit a bit of support on this one. 327. And a bit of a pop. It would be nice though if we can get some double bottoms, some higher lows on some of these names, and then we can run, you know? Donovan, you're in at 1770. Okay, I'll take a look. I will take a look. Let's do that. So AQMS. You're in at 1770. So you're slightly green on that position. All right, is this meant to be a scalp? Because if it is, you're green and you should probably stay green on that position. Alrighty, so the closer you get to 1950, I think you have a potential double top there. Right, so you're green on that position. Like I said, I would try and stay green, especially since this is kind of the first pop at the open, and you're popping into a supply zone there. Alrighty, so hopefully it pushes to that 19 for you, 1950 to actually hit the double top, and then you can be aggressive with that stop loss at that point. Not a bad entry though. Is it going down? Yeah, you can see there's nothing here though, right? SCNX, there's really nothing here. So we talk about sitting on your hands because, you know, we always have a list of names we like coming into the open, but it doesn't necessarily mean those names are going to pump, right? We have to look for breakouts, consolidation, things like that. SCNX was one of the top names coming into the open, but when you look at it at the open, there's nothing to see, right? It's nothing to see. Maybe once we get closer to the 200 there and we consolidate, then yeah, for sure, right? Same thing for WHWK, right? So nothing to see except for maybe now, right? If we can stay above 305 and we can actually double bottom, right? So, do you remember ICU, Pablo? ICU, with some news there. That news came out 2 hours ago, though. Yeah, definitely not a fan of that stonk. Yeah, so as long as WHWK stays above that 305, I don't mind it, Chris. If we break below that, then yeah, you're definitely looking for the 200 EMA. For now, you're testing that first support, right? And it's actually trying to bounce here. So a little bit of consolidation and then a bit of a curl, right? So let's see if we can get back above $3.30. 330. AQMS is going for that 19. I think it was yeah. So again, like I said, that double top at 1950-ish, right? You're almost there. You probably should be moving your stop loss up, Donovan, at the very least, right? The very least. If you're not taking some gains. VIVK is still sitting below that supply zone, so that's a bit of a problem. CYCU, not a whole lot going on there. PRAX, This one was always going to be difficult because of how expensive it is now. And then SCNX is trying to curl, trying to, right? So see if it stays above. We shall see. And yeah, did you still in your position, Donovan? Why the 1 minute candles instead of the five? The 5 minute candle again. Like imagine so like these are momentum stocks to me. If I'm watching the 5 minute candle on something that I'm looking for an entry in or it's brand new, I just think the 5 minute candle is it's too much time, right? Um, just too much waiting, too much waiting. Like when so for example, like when I look at a name like WHWK on the 1 minute, I can already see that okay, you know what, there's a bit of consolidation going on here, maybe it's worth, whereas on the 5 minute candle, like sometimes you just don't have enough of that, right? Consolidation before you jump into a position. Good job, Donovan. Good jobs. Yeah, so it looks like we hit a high of 1940, right? So right below that 1950 and then slap. Yeah, we're looking at all of these names and nothing stands out yet as like, okay, this is the one, right? Like this is the top name. Right, VC is popping a little bit there, which is nice actually. VC, yeah. Hmm. Okay, that's a nice little pop there out of nowhere. Hmm. I don't see anything for news today, but I do see some filings from last night. For this one, um, extension. So yeah, it looks like like they're about to get delisted, but they got extensions, right? Yeah. Good job, Donovan. Good job. Yeah, well done. Because that thing lost $1 after you sold it. Well done. Plus, a million things can happen in 5 minutes. Winks, yeah, yeah. The 5 minute just isn't. I think you should be looking at the 5 minute when you've had a stock that's been running for some time. Like if you like so if the stock has been running all market open, it keeps running. Like this is a few hours in, a few days in, then yeah, you can look at the 5 minute. Other than that, the 5 minute really isn't amazing to me. Benjamin says we've started to cover our short position in AUUD, whatever that means. Yeah, so it looks like we failed to get back above that, the 20 and the chrono there for WHWK, and now we're potentially headed for the 200 EMA. Right, so dips. ELWS is halted up. That's one of those Japan names. Japan. So now let's see if that thing stays above the 200 EMA there. Yeah, there it is. So we break below that 3 or 5, you're headed for the 200 EMA, right? So now you have to wait for new base to, potential consolidation there at the 200 EMA. See if it stays above that level. And then VC is still looking okay. You can see that there's a nice supply zone there at 96.95. So kind of stalling. Mm. This is why, though, guys, we tell you like, hey, hey, sit on your hands if you're not sure, right? So this is why, because the market open can be very confusing. There are just too many options, right? We're gonna keep saying that every day. If you're not sure what to do, sit on your damn hands. It's been 15 minutes, right? So sit on your hands, let the market play games. as the day goes on, the easier it gets because you can kind of see the levels. You can make better decisions, right? The market open is a bit more guessy than anything else, right? Because everybody's exploring, everybody's looking around like, okay, which one do we pick? Which one do we pick? Which one do we pick? Right? So sometimes you can pick the wrong one, and if you pick the wrong one and something else breaks out, congratulations, that thing is going to leave and everybody's going to sell the one you're in and run to the other one. Alrighty, so again, 200 EMA test. VIVK is actually done okay with the levels. So another 50-cent bounce on this one, and it's curling again. So that's nice. I wish that thing didn't have those supply zones up there though, because this thing could have without those supply zones, this thing could have cooked. 57, 58. Uh, starting trends. Let's go, virus. It really is, Dan. It really is. Patience is one of the hardest skills to master when trading. It really is, right? Especially when you see so many things moving at the open. It's like, okay, okay, okay. What do we do? What do we do? Right? This one's about to go. Let's go here. VC is pumping. Okay, let's go to VC. Right? Then it fails, and then it's coming back down. Right? So you really have to be patient at the open. As if you're not careful, your day can be ruined. From the very beginning. So from the very beginning. Uh, okay. From the very beginning. So it looks like SCNX is holding that 200 EMA, which is good. I think Raven mentioned that already. Yeah. So off that 200 EMA. VC is going back up to retest that 95. No, 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 no. Yeah, that thing moved quick. So again, 95 resistance on that thing. If it can break out, maybe there's more room to a dollar and beyond. Still holding here, but no signs of no proper volume coming in. But it is holding that 200 EMA though, so that's a start. VC looks like it wants to break, doesn't it? Right, but it actually needs to break. It actually needs to break. On the list, Matt, because it looked good early this morning, right? CYCU, it looked good early this morning. Right, look at that. Right, coming into the open, it looked nice. Right, look at that price action. Right, so we will always pay attention to these names, and the list will always come from pre-market performance. Right, so but we've always said like the pre-market is not the same as the open. Right, your best performing names in pre-market are not always the best performing names at the open. Right, so why we say be patient at the open. VC came out of nowhere, right? Look at that. So nice pop there on VC. So again, 95 cents needs to be broken and held, and then $1 and then 120. It looks like Raven, this one's still curling, so that's good. 98 cents. 99. So if that candle can find a way to close above 95 cents, then you're looking to retest a dollar at the very least. Yeah. Most things do. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yep. Super slow curl. I think it's because you're sitting right below those moving averages there, though. No, Salat. Sitting right below. Yeah, it looks like VC is still playing with that 95 there. Come on, give us the boomskis. Give us the boomskis. Wait for chaos to happen first. Dip to the 200 was perfect. Exactly, Raven. Exactly. Right. So do not take silly positions at the open, guys. Alrighty. And we've said this multiple times. The only time you should be tempted to buy anything at the open is if that thing has been consolidating for a long time in pre-market at that bottom, or it's breaking above resistance at the open. Right? Those are the only two cases. Right? So obviously SCNX wasn't doing that. Right? No breakouts, no consolidation. So you wait for the dip. 200 EMA. Raven the criminal got in. The criminal. And then 95 is still a bit of an issue there. Still a bit of an issue. And failing for now. SCNX is actually wanting to break above that 50 there. If that thing can clear that 95, 96, then straight to the view app. Straight to the view app, SCNX. And the White Hawk is still chilling at the, well, I mean, I was about to say chilling at that 200 EMA. It's popping up the 200 EMA. Right? So, again, you notice how the two names that we liked coming into the open are both playing with that 200 EMA. Yeah. Yeah. It's trying to, Savoie, trying to. But yeah, so 200 EMA bounce on WHWK. So that's not too bad, right? Anybody take the gamble of the 200 EMA for White Hawk? 276, 280. And then pop. You did, Heritage? Nice. Yeah, you did. Yogi, you know I did. Yep. Well done, Yogi. VC's looking good though. All right, so VC just broke above $1. So, Savoy, you happy now? Amy, yes, you took the gamble of the 200 EMA. There you go, right? And you have to be willing to take the risks sometimes, you know. Jericho, yes, I like it. There it goes. There goes the White Hawk. The White Hawk. Mm, 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 mm. See, sometimes you have to be willing to take the risk of the 200 EMA. There you go. Now all we need for a name like this is a retest or just a higher low. That's it. A retest or a higher low. VC is looking nice though. Very, very nice. Very, 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 very nice. 104. 72%. 105. 106. 107. 108. So again, there's room to 120 on this. Right? So there goes a nice pop. Ooh wee. Yeah. So 111. And guess what? Guess what? Not moving. Yeah, I mean the volume is a lot. Um yeah. The volume is a lot, but again, that thing also had a lot of, volume coming into the open, right? So, and this is why I always tell people like the volume is not the end of the story, right? Just because we have a lot of volume doesn't mean like okay, this stock is going to keep cooking, right? Because I think that's a common like misconception is oh, it has a lot of volume, it should be. No. Volume doesn't tell you the whole story. Volume is amazing when it comes to price action. I wonder why ELWS keeps halting up, right? That's one of those Japan stocks we were looking at last night, right? So ELWS. Yeah, that's the second halt it's had now. That thing's barely tradable. Straight halties. Again, Savoy, make sure you're taking some gains on VC though, right? You should have taken some gains on that thing. So again, for White Hawk, I think that thing would need to give us some higher lows just to prove that it's ready to go. Ayo, the kid, where have you been? My goodness, where have you been? Cooch is going back up. A man, okay. If some of these names don't start breaking out, people are going to rotate back to yesterday's names. Coot, John, good morning. The cannons unmanned. The parrots are drinking. 103 and $3 on this. Hmm. So more of a retest of the 9 and or 95 cents for VC. See if that thing gives us a curl for another retest of 110. Another curly. Speedy, are you in that one? ELWS? Yeah. It's always a bit difficult when it's halting like that, though. Yeah, Regan, BLMZ. Yeah, we were watching that last night too. If ELWS keeps pumping like that, then people are gonna start to look around for a theme, right? I don't know if we're quite there yet, but good morning, Misfits. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Everything more so, everything seems to just look like a scalp for now, right? I was living my best life, and then meme coins. I took a little break. You're back. Oh my goodness, meme coins. Oh my days! You were cooking in the markets, and you decided to go play with meme coins. I was living my best life, and I got rinsed on meme coins. Yeah. See that's how the market will humble your confidence. Say, hey, relax. I'm still the captain. Yeah. So when you're doing really well, you want to be careful because the market's always right around the corner, right? The more money you make, the more disciplined you need to be. I always tell people that, right? The better you perform, the more you need to tighten up your plans. Otherwise, the market will find a way. Gandhi, do you have a stop loss on GNPX? Uh, yeah, scammers will be scammers. Exactly. You live and you learn, right? Yeah, absolutely. You live and you learn. You nothing serious. Okay. Be hopefully everything goes well. You never had me, and see you soon. So yes, good luck. Yes, yes, yes. White Hawk. What are you gonna do here now? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? 306. We need some proper higher lows or like some breakouts. Some good things because everything still looks like a scalp more than anything else. Yeah, AQMS actually isn't looking bad. Wonder if Donovan got back into that position. Yeah, we're back to testing that 19-ish level, right? So we talked about this 1950 level earlier, right, Rush? Right? So Donovan did a really good job, though. Really good job. You can see that resistance for AQMS, right? So again, resistance 1, resistance 2, resistance 3. So not a big surprise, right? But Donovan got in somewhere here and then sold somewhere there, which was perfect, right? So, but then he had that chance to get in again and sell at the same price. Um, so yeah, see, this is why sometimes you take those gains at resistance because you might get that same entry again. Yeah, White Hawk is in a ABVE and then triple C. There's so many names coming through the scanners there, but mm, Yeah, just looking. Consolidate, is that correct? SCNX trying to consolidate? Yeah. Yeah. 84, 85 cents HRM. As long as it stays above that level, yeah, that's not bad. This is what you want to see on names that look like garbage, right? You want to see that retest of that same level or just a higher low. That's it, right? So it does look like it's consolidating, which is good. Confirmation would be a breakout of that last high. Then we can start to trend towards the VWAP. Alrighty, so again, this is kind of what you want to see, right? Which is exactly what we just asked for on White Hawk, right? So it's one thing to test the level ones, like right there, but you almost want to see tested again, or just a higher low. That's fine too, right? So yeah, that's fine too. But again, you need the break to the upside. Regan, I would recommend what is it doing? Yeah, as long as it stays above that 200 EMA. We did a class. We did a class on Friday. We're talking about buying up the 200 EMA. What to look for. Let's go, Jay. Well done, Howard. Good job on that scout, by the way. Yeah. Yep. Good job. So White Hawk is looking. White Hawk is looking like a higher low, isn't it? If we can get back above 315, then okay, cool. Stop pumping that thing up to 330, 340. Alrighty. So we need some higher lows and some higher highs is what we need. If I finish the day green, I'm joining the GOAT VIP level. Shah, sounds good. Are you green right now? Are you green right now? 307. You can see that SCNX is trying to curl there. HRM, it's just missing the volume, right? So yeah. And then White Hawk is retesting that top there. So 314, 315. If we can break above that, that would be confirmation of a potential push coming. If not, we have a mini double top there. Come on, something give us boomskis. Give us boomskis, guys. Give us boomskis. 312. 313. 314. 315. 316. Give us boomskis, White Hawk. So we need to break and close above that level and then start pushing. Alrighty. Pump it, Luna. Pump it. Luna says it's about to go. So we would need to close above that little double top there. Yeah, I find it interesting how NV is doing a forward split. It's really interesting. Anyways, SCNX is also trying to curl, right? So they both kind of look the same, right? WHWK and SCNX both look the same. Like one of them is about to give us a nice pop, Yeah. There we go. 318, 319, 320. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, can we actually maintain, can we keep this going? We need some nice things, 321. There we go, 324. Virus. What happened to the old one? What happened to the other one? Virus. 324. Looking good. Type yes in the chat if you're holding WHWK. Type yes in the chat if you're holding this. Type yes if you are still there. So both? You're gonna keep both? Oh my days. Type yes in the chat if you're still holding this. Yes, Yogi, you're still in from that 200 test. Nice, actually, very nice. Yeah, it would be good if we can stay above that previous high there and then just keep pushing. There we go. 325, 327, 328. Love it. And at this point, again, you can never tell how high something's going to go. You just have to manage the position, right? This is looking nice, though. This is all we're looking for, right? So some higher lows or double bottom, stay above the 200 EMA and looking good. So $3.30. Yeah, you're even now, though, HRM. You're even now. Efren, you're green as well. You're in it. Good job. You got worried for a bit there? Yeah, I bet. Chris, good job. Lisa, good job. I like it. Yeah, good job, everybody. Good job. So again, you just have to move those stop losses up. I think we kind of said if we can break out, then we're looking for a test of the VWAP. But again, you have to manage the position from the downside to the upside, right? So manage from the downside to the upside. So moving stop losses up and yeah. Is anything else moving? AQMS is still trying. AQMS is creating some nice higher lows, which is good, but it still needs to break above 1950 if it wants to cook. Alrighty, and then SCNX is, the volume just isn't coming in because it hasn't broken out yet. You notice how the volume only kicked in for White Hawk once we broke above that little resistance we had, right? So people tend not to want to do anything until we're actually breaking out. So now this looks better, doesn't it? Right? So there we go again, 331. We're starting to this candle needs to give us a brand new high, otherwise people are going to start selling it off. Alrighty, because we're looking a bit T-Rexy there. Viruses, of course. There we go. We need some brand new highs here. There we go. 32, 33. There we go. At least we matched the highs, though. At the very least. 333. When 334. So yeah, those three candles all failed at the same price there, 333. So we need to break above that little resistance. Otherwise, T-Rexy. ELWS is halted down now. So yeah, it's always a bit difficult when something's moving like that. Hard to play with it. AQMS got rejected hard, guys. Look at that. Rejected hard. My goodness. Right? Sometimes this stuff is too obvious. Right? When you see that resistance, don't get greedy because you're gonna get rinsed. So you see the resistance, you take the monies. Right? SCNX just couldn't break out. And if it doesn't do that, then there's nothing to see. So for now, as annoying as White Hawk looks, it still looks like the better name of all the names we're watching, right? So PRAX, yeah, PRAX looks nice. I think Howard has been scalping that one really nicely. So good job, Howard. Right. So I know that one was obviously on the list. Right. So and finally broke above that little resistance. That's actually nice. This is a good looking chart, isn't it? Right. So you have all of this resistance right there. Right. So resistance. If I can do my drawings here. Right? So resistance, 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 breakout, retest, and then brand new highs. Right? So PRAX looks good. So good job if you're scalping that one. Again, we probably still like this one the most because it's not as expensive, but it does need to give us a brand new high here, though. Right? Let's see. Okay. Do you have a question for SCNX, Gentles? $3.30 again. 331. There we go. Finally. Finally. Now, can we get to the VWAP, guys? Or are we just gonna keep playing games here? That thing said nope. We play more games. Back into that same range. Is it back to testing the 200? Oof. Oof. Yeah, Raven, be careful. Because if that thing doesn't consolidate here, you might see that 72 cents again. You spoke too soon, yeah. Oh, there we go. Look at that, guys. There it is. There it is. Boom skis. Yeah. Boom skis. Finally. Let's go. So again, we finally made it to the VWAP, right? So Dan says man the cannons, we man the cannons. Enemies in the water. Love it. Type yes if you're still in the WHWK. Type yes if you're still in this one. Go, 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 please. Go, 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 go. Yeah, love it. Yup. So again, like we said, this was looking like the better stock, right? Why? Because we started to get those higher lows and the breakout, right? As soon as we broke above this level, guys, right? As soon as we broke above that level right there, that was it, right? So, and then boom skis to the VWAP. So, good job. Did you take your monies, Yogi? Yogi says, "Give my monies, please. Give my monies." Right? There's that high right there, but I don't. That doesn't really look like it's a problem. So right around 360. Okay. Is there a legend different symbols? Yes. There we go. So we're sitting right at that resistance. So when I say resistance, I'm just looking at that last resistance. That last resistance coming into the open. Again, it doesn't really look like a problem, so we'll leave it for now. And then there's a lot more room to the upside if we want to cook here. Right. So you did, Yogi. Well done. Good scalp. Good job, Luna. Good scalp. Beautiful. You guys see how, like, you see why we tell you to be patient at the open, guys? Like, look at how long it took before something looked good. Look at how long this took, right? The first 30 minutes, useless. First 15 minutes, completely useless, right? So unless something is consolidating or breaking out, stay away, right? So sometimes you really need to be patient at the open, right? Was virtuous, very good scalp. Good job. So there goes brand new highs of the day, guys. Again, not including pre-market session highs. Beautiful run though, right? So nice consolidation of the 200 EMA, the higher low and the breakout right there. That was perfect, and then boom skis. So for me, the target was the VWAP, to test the VWAP right there, but clearly we broke above it really easily, so that's not a problem, right? Resistance only matters. Patience is hard. It is hard, right? So, yeah, but you kind of have to be patient, kind of have to be, otherwise you get screwed at the open. So keep pumping or give us some higher lows, White Hawk. Yeah, Yogi, it was your target as well. Yeah. See, and the way that I kind of judge it sometimes is you either take that profit at the VWAP, nothing wrong with that, which is again what I was looking for. At the same time, though, the way the candle like gets to that resistance really matters. So like if you're watching something and we just get there and we're slicing right through it, then it's not really a problem, right? Not really a problem. And that's kind of what we did here. Is we got to the VWAP and it said VWAP where? Do you see a VWAP? I don't see a VWAP. PRAX is looking good. So brand new highs there for PRAX. Again, congratulations if you're scalping this one, guys. They had really good news, right? And the stock has been flying, even though it's an expensive stock, right? So this is one of those cases where I mean the float isn't that bad actually. It's 20 million, right? The float really isn't that bad. They just have really good news. Um, yeah, and the stock is pushing nicely there, pushing. AQMS really got destroyed to the 200 EMA. So watch that 200 EMA. CYCU with an alert in Discord there as well. That thing is going back up to retest 35 cents, right? You notice that this is another stock, guys. You guys see why people like the 200 EMA? You notice why Raven, Yogi, right? We'll be talking about the 200 EMA in the chat. This is like the third stock now this morning that if you played with it off the 200 EMA, the 200 EMA is the white line, right? If it's consolidating off the 200 EMA, look at that. CYCU, it looks horrible, right? Horrible on the way down, and then all of a sudden it's like no red candles. Now you're testing resistance and kind of backing off, right? So yeah, the 200 EMA is important, right? It's very important. It kind of depends the way we get there too, though, right? So there's a whole lot to the 200 EMA, right? So for example, I'm trying to clarify this because I don't want people just jumping in because they're like, oh, it's the 200 EMA. No, like it kind of depends how we get there. Alrighty, depends. So don't just jump in every time you see the 200 EMA, right? White Hawk is clearly our favorite name for now. Looks like we need to clear 375. So, but looking good. So make sure again you are moving those stop losses higher. Robert got in at 328 out at 360, $174 in the pocket. Let's go, Robert. Well done. Love it. Love it. Love it. GNPX is hitting new session highs there, so that's good. I know some of you are holding that. So GNPX. And then right, so this is another example, right? Raven played with this one earlier, which was nice. Raven played with that first test of the 200 EMA, first and second maybe. But again, the first test, that's fine. But then the more we test a level, the weaker it gets, right? Especially you can see that these are lower highs, right? Because I know someone's going to complain about this, but I bought it off the 200 EMA. Well, like look at the price action as well, right? So the fact that this thing is creating lower highs and it's trending down while testing the 200 EMA for the third time is a problem. Also, when we get to the 200 EMA, you don't see any consolidation, just slice through, right? So that's not a good thing. Alrighty, then PRAX is looking nice, very nice. Yeah. And you can see that it's already trying to curl up that level, right, Mario, for VC? Trying to. Trying to. And then here goes a bit of a sell off for White Hawk. Yeah. Little loss if it hits. Raven? Yeah, exactly. Uh, yeah, find one of those. One of those. Yep. Yep. Doo-doo-doo. Has anybody ever seen the phone battery run down like a penny stock, like the price of Beanie? So my phone wasn't plugged in, right? And then I looked at it and I could see it like drop, like not like like they just announced an offering. Like it went from 20% to 19 to 17 to 15 to 12 to 5. Like I could see it drop. That's crazy. Anyways, CYCU is breaking out there, so that's nice. Right? Look at that beautiful 200 EMA pop though. That was quite nice. And then watch the top of the that supply zone there for C. It's a Google Pixel. There you go. No, not the iPhone. Yeah, that's crazy. I've never seen that happen. Never. Anyways, White Hawk still looks good to me now, right? So we do need to clear that 375 though. Alrighty. Green on the day, take my win. You're very welcome, Donovan. Yeah. Very welcome. I'm glad you saw that thing in the 19s rather than watching it in the 16s, right? So good job. Have a wonderful day as well. Yeah. So for White Hawk, we do need to break about 375 for a new high. I know the last update on the iPhone caused your battery to drop too. Yeah. I feel like they do this on purpose, you know. Once you have a phone for a little bit, they're like, "Yep, yep, yep, yep. It's time. Do the update and slap it." So I could almost move this line a little bit higher now because that's the double top there for CYCU. So let's see if we can break above that level. Hiccups. Uh, yeah. So 37. White Hawk just got slapped back down there. Ayo Robs, good morning. Say it the way you use Juju. I don't have any Juju, I promise. Just some technicals, you know. PRAX is looking very good. 242%, guys. Beautiful. Yeah, again, the reason for this is because it's phase three data, right? So as long as they don't drop an offering, they can actually go make money now, right? It's not a phase one, it's not a phase two. So they can start selling the drugs and actually make money. CYCU needs to break above that little resistance you see there, that double top. And then White Hawk, we need some higher lows again. No, it's called White Hawk. It's White Hawk Therapeutics. Let's go, CM. Well done. You're looking for the yeah. So you sold 50% at 35. Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm. I still like this one probably the best. Um, White Hawk. So that still looks good to me. If we close back below the VWAP though, then we definitely have a problem. We might just be done with that. And then CYC is looking for the breakout here. Good morning, Mindful. Good morning. Shane, really good scalp. Good job. Uh, there we go. 37. So again, White Hawk is slowly curling back up into closer to that 70, which is nice. It would be good if we just broke out though, because the more we fail in that supply zone, and break below that VWAP, the more panic people are gonna be. So if that thing doesn't go soon, it's gonna get slapped. Slapped. Gandhi says, my position for GNPX is kind of weird. You got in at 66 at the open, fell to 50, and then yeah. Do you see why we keep telling you not to buy positions at the open, Gandhi? Right? You need to if you're gonna keep that name, you need to not buy positions at the open. Alrighty? Should you take a small loss is what you're asking. Yeah, see, like to me, you should have never bought this position in the first place. What the hell are you thinking? Right? Like of all the yelling we do on stream and say, hey, don't buy stocks that are consolidating, be careful below the 200 EMA, be careful, blah, 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 blah. You want to know where you bought the stock? You bought the stock literally right there at the open when it's below the 200 EMA and getting slapped. Right? So, yeah, don't do that, please. You're getting saved now, which is good, right? But next time, don't catch a falling knife like that. That just seems like violence. in every aspect of it, right? Now you're trying to come back, which is good, right? You're only down 2 cents now, only down 2 cents. So you're gonna have a lot of resistance at 65 cents, though. Actually, you know what's crazy is you did come back. You went to 68 cents and you didn't sell it, right? So yeah, at the very least, I would say don't go below 60 cents again. Already, Gandhi. Yeah, yeah. Gold? No, I don't trade gold. Yeah, pray, read, restore. Absolutely. Yeah, if you're not a member, come join us. Alrighty, come join us. White Hawk is getting rejected, but again, that looks like a T Rex, doesn't it, guys? Right? Does that look like a T Rex? It does. Right? So, oof, nasty. So did we say this? Right? If we keep stalling below that level, it's gonna get slapped. Right? Because people are gonna panic that it's not breaking out and it's going back below the VWAP. So that shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. Right? This chart gave everybody time to get out and or set a stop loss, right? So let's see if we can stay above. The that last level that we broke above was right around this range, like right around this area. Let's see if we can find a base above that. Alrighty. But again, that was a good run, right? Some nice breakfast. This was breakfast, first trade of the day, right? So and then you could yeah. But again, you can see all the stalling at the top. If you're not sure what a T Rex is, that's what a T Rex looks like, right? CYCU still trying to break above that 37 there. Still trying. Still trying. Choo, 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 choo. Where's the EMAs on where is the EMAs? Can you teach me? Just Gandhi, become a member, go watch the videos. We have all the videos in Discord or on YouTube's. Become a member, watch the videos. Any info on the new IPOs today, sir? Let me take a look. Yeah, because it says so. SEV says priced. It says like that it's coming out today, but I don't see that it was actually priced. So I'd have to go look at the filing to make sure that they actually did it. Um, this one seems like I've never heard of Nordland Securities. So right away, that's a bit suspicious. Usually, when a stock is this expense, actually, no, look at that, right? It doesn't give any information. It says 00. So they're gonna give it for free. Oh, it's a direct listing. That's why it's more of an uplisting. Well, direct listing. So, um, mm, interesting. Yeah, you can already tell some brokers are gonna have issues with this. I mean, the last direct listing did okay, so maybe this will too. Yeah, we'll definitely be paying attention to this whenever it does go live. Ready? We'll be paying attention. That's not a small float, though, is it? We'll be paying attention. See what it does. For now, meh. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay. Is VC at the 200 EMA? Let's take a look. $10 truth. Okay, $40 and yeah, it's at the 200 EMA VC, and you can see that it's trying to bounce. The president is open to loosening federal cannabis rules. It's good politics. Hmm. Interesting. But yeah, now Regan, to answer your question, yes, you can. The white line is the 200 EMA, and it's bouncing above it. Um, yep, exactly, Brian. Pretty simple. Yeah, exactly. Virus. Yep. 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 Yeah, MU's been an absolute monster, virus. Absolute monster. Yeah, mask is pushing nicely into that supply zone. If you want to watch all the videos, sign up for the level that says Legend Pro. Most of the videos are available with the Legend video, with the Legend membership. Alrighty. Most. If you want to watch all the videos, though, yeah. Again, just a reminder that we have a class tomorrow. We have a class tomorrow that Rob is gonna lead. So I can slack. Yeah. So class tomorrow, and the class will be on the algo. Alrighty. Did you guys see the Did you guys see that stuff going around on Twitter that said I'm only bringing this up because Bitcoin looks like garbage. There's a whale, the whale that got into. So there was an account, right? There was an account that was opened last. Was it this week? At some point, right? Before Trump brought the whole 100% potential tariffs on China rubbish, right? So there was an account that was open 30 minutes before that, and put in a whole bunch of money shorting Bitcoin and made 190 million, right? Suspicious, suspicious, crime, criminal, whatever you want to call it, right? That same account, right? That same account shorted Bitcoin again for 400 million. We know who it is. That same account shorted Bitcoin for 400 million. So it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. Why? Because the S&P isn't like the S&P is going up, right? Bitcoin is going the opposite way. Like Bitcoin looks like garbage. Like looks like complete garbage. Yeah, somebody knows something. Somebody knows something. Yeah, Jaden. Yeah, yeah. Those are real criminals and need to go to jail. Yep, exactly, Raven. Exactly. How do you open an account 30 minutes before Trump puts out, a tweet and make 200 million? Right? How do you do that? How? How? Anyways, yeah. Prax is retesting a bit of a demand zone there. 184, 185, random. Extremely suspicious. And then so it looks like we came back down, guys, and we're retesting for White Hawk. We're retesting that same white line again. So trying to consolidate. And then Mascot failed in that supply zone. Yeah. Nope, for sure, Kiara. Somebody always knows something. Somebody always knows. Yeah. No, I don't think we want to be. Yeah, Bitcoin looks like garbage, doesn't it? Absolute doo doo. I mean, at this point, they might as well slap it to 100K if they want to, and then close the position, so we can move on. Slap it so we can move on. 107 has been a really good base, though. I don't think even Nancy Pelosi wasn't that criminal. But yeah, anyways, yeah. So they might as well. 107 is a really strong base for Bitcoin, so hopefully it stays above that. I've never done that HRM. I don't know if that's something we can do in the future. We maybe, um, yeah, maybe to start the new year we can do stuff like that. But yeah, yeah. For now, some of those classes will be Legend Pro only. Legend Pro. Yeah, Prax is retesting the top again. Yeah, no, for sure, HRM. Yeah, no, it's a good question. It's a good question. Do. Craziness. Joel, yeah. I think again. I mean, there's so many things that so many reasons we could say that why Bitcoin's dipping though. The U.S. has been talking about like the treasury stuff, so maybe they're ready to get in and they need dipskis. Somebody knows something. I bet you it's like the last slap before Bitcoin goes crazy into the end of the year. Maybe, who knows? So maybe they slap it to 100K, maybe they slap it to wherever they want to slap it to, and then that's it, done, done, done. Platforms setup. It's a good class empty. Yeah. Did you hear about the grunt? No, I haven't. What happened there? I'm tired of getting slapped. Yeah. Yep. No, I think it's criminal behavior. I think they're just slapping it to buy the dips and then send it. Yeah. I think you'll be fine, Joel. I think if you're holding BTC long term, I think you'll be okay. Think you'll be a okay. White Hawk is still dipping again. I hope you took your gains. If you sold your position in White Hawk closer to the top there, if you sold your position, type yes in the chat. If you sold your position in White Hawk, type yes in the chat so I can give you a high five because you're a criminal and I like it. Right? So when you see warning signs like these, guys, you don't sit there and pray, right? This is why we came up with the term T-Rex. Right? If you're watching a stock just go sideways and sideways and sideways and sideways and sideways and sideways and sideways, right? That's a problem, right? We miss here. Let's go 360. Well done. Right? When you see a stock stalling like that, you have to put a stop loss or you have to take the gains. Right? You can't just sit there and watch it and pray. Otherwise, you end up losing all the gains for no reason, right? So take the monies. What's the preferred platform to use? I would say Weibo, just because you have access to pre-market and after hours and everything else already. Yeah, I would almost say Weibo. Yeah. Again, I wish Weibo. Isn't that crazy though? Like, see, we keep bringing this up, right? So, like, Weibo should not be at the price that it's at. Just because if you ask most people, it's like, hey, we like Weibo the best. Yet the stock is at $11 and Robinhood is at 100 and something. Yeah. Again, Robinhood does some pretty nice things, right? I think they're good at like doing all the other things really well, and they're also an American company, so that makes a huge difference, right? So the market makers would obviously be willing to pile in a Robinhood rather than a Weibo, but um, yeah, Dean, WATT. Okay, thank you for letting us know. Level two. No, you can if you want to though. I don't really use level two. Um, but you definitely can if you want to. Mm, 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 mm. Definitely can if you want to. VC, there goes VC. Regan, did you get in on that 200 EMA play? I know you were asking, right? Did you get in? It's back to 80 cents. You know who's in this? Raven the criminal. Virus? I think so too. I think it's only a matter of time before Bull goes crazy, but damn, they're holding that thing down really nicely. Yeah. Level 99. Yeah. Question for you guys in the chat though. What's your favorite trading platform? What is your favorite trading platform? Just wondering. What is your favorite? 74? Let's go CM. Yeah. So Brad says Weeble, Raven says Weeble, MT says Weeble, Jay says Weeble, Yogi says Schwab and Weeble, D says Weeble, Lisa says Weeble, Luna says Weeble, Danielle says Robinhood. For the day, Vanguard for Weeble, Weeble, Weeble. My goodness, Weeble, right? Uh, look at that, right? Robinhood and Weeble, Nathan. TradingView is not a platform. TradingView is for technical analysis, so that doesn't count. Weeble, Fidelity, Mumu, Trading 212, right? See, that's what I mean, right? So for something that people like a lot, it definitely is undervalued, isn't it? Yeah. And then Virus. Uh, the government money go in pocket. Virus. Who I have nothing to say. Do you guys see Virus is speaking pigeon now? By the way, this is a different language. By the way, which man, Virus? Which man? That man they carry government money go in pockets. Which man? Let's go. So virus. Anyways, I'm not gonna say anything. That's Trump. Yeah. Yep. Spy just had a nice pop there, which is nice. Get back to the 670. No Vinami Tokamo, na virus heritage. I know they heritage corruption. See what you did now. You have heritage speaking pigeon in the chat, virus. Yes, Rita. Yes, yes. We need more villagers. Virus brought the villagers out of the chats. Love it. Yeah, no, PRAX looks good though. PRAX is a really good, expensive scalp. Expensive scalp. Yes. Weeble. Yeah. Right. So again, Weeble is you know what they say, right? And I think that's one thing that we are missing here is that um right, like a stock is not a company, right? Weeble might be a good company, might be a really good, platform, but it's not the stock, right? It's not always the same. At some point they catch up, right? So we hope at some point the stock can catch up, right? If you I was listening to there was a video going around at some point. It was Amazon, Jeff Bezos talking about how he in the beginning he would see his stock go from 200 to a dollar, but then he knew that they were doing good things inside, so then they would just buy more, right? So because it doesn't always match, right? So that's why, again, we mentioned this early in the week too. That's why people will always ask, if the economy is so bad, how come the markets are going up? Because it's not the same, right? It's not the same. The economy is not the markets. Did you say Amazon? Yes. When G wagon. Just need BTC to do something, Howard. Yep. For the week between options and day trading. That's amazing, Howard. Right? That is amazing. Right? So, yep, yep. Good jobs. $3,500 for the week is very nice. Yeah. AMC just popped, guys. AMC, I will not believe it until I see the chart. AMC just popped. Lord have mercy. Is today the day that the squeeze happened? Mask is looking good though. Mask is hitting brand new highs. So again, that looks better than AMC. But AMC just had a pop. AMC is going to the moon. 2%. If I look at the daily chart for AMC though, guys, you're gonna see that the chart doesn't look horrible. Like, look at this. It doesn't look bad. Look at this. Right? It's loading. I know I say that because we've looked at this so many times and we're like, this doesn't look bad, right? It doesn't want to load. It doesn't want me to show you guys. So this is the daily chart, right, for AMC. We keep talking about this demand. Actually, the last time we talked about that was down there and it came back down again, right? So 260, 270, not a bad spot. That's a solid green zone, isn't it? Right? But again, AMC is still garbage. So it doesn't really make a huge difference. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. Garbage. And then mask is slowly going through the supply area. uh, so the news was AMC so AMC and Netflix partnership. Netflix and AMC are intrigued by the mutually beneficial opportunities that could arise from this and future collaborations. Discussions are underway as to what that may entail, but no further details are being shared at this time. Huh. Decided to work together. So the world's largest streaming service and AMC have jointly decided to work together. Whatever that means, we don't know. Yeah, it's old news. Okay, yesterday. Okay, never mind then. But yeah, that just got recycled. So maybe that's why we popped. AMC and Netflix working together. How? We don't know. PRAX is a beast, isn't it? Look at that thing go, guys. Sheesh. Just highs on highs on highs. Damn, that's a. No, 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 no. Very interesting. Good. Let's make our money back. Squeeze it. Yep. I mean, if AMC wants to run, we're not gonna. AMC is definitely better than Mullen, though. That's for sure. That's for sure. And Mullen got delisted, so at least you don't have to worry about that anymore. Don't have to worry about that garbage. Bitcoin is also recovering some of those losses, so that's progress. That's progress. Yeah, PRAX has been really nice. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. For stalls. APOD is looking for a breakout. APLD. APLD has actually done quite well. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard because it's in that supply zone, Jay, right? Double top in a supply zone, right? So you can see the double top, right? So double top, stall, right? Red zone, retrace to the same bottom again. So um, yeah, AMC is losing all the gains, guys. I guess the news wasn't good enough, huh? I guess the news wasn't good enough. Got a bitch. And it looks like we're still consolidating here for White Hawk, guys. So it's holding that 305 still. So better stay above the 200 EMA. They do SB. Yeah, I think Raven answered your question. They do. Yep. I mean, why would they why would they fire someone like that? Yeah, why would they fire someone like that? I think we talked about this a while ago, right? Like imagine being like an insider on AMC, right? So all those dudes are getting paid, they're doing offerings, they're pumping the stock, the insiders are selling, like, they've all made monies. There's no need to fire Adam Aaron, if you're inside the company. No need. There goes White Hawk. Did anybody catch the consolidation there on White Hawk? Any buzzy? Mm, 312, mindful, yeah. Well done. Well done. Uh, yeah, don't forget to smash a like, guys, if you haven't already, please. Take a second, smash a like. Hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel. And if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, click that link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot. Alrighty? Come join us. But yeah, smash a like. Interesting. Okay. We've kind of slowed down a little bit, huh? Slowed down a little bit. See, I have nothing to say to you, Howard. Nothing. Yeah, no, it's kind of slow now. I would be really patient with these plays. CM, you sold 50% out. Okay, nice. I like the way you scale out of those positions. Yeah, China or Japan, to be more specific. Yeah, that thing is all over the place though. But 350. Oh wow. Okay. So as long as they don't do an offering, definitely has more room to go. No way AMC is curling. ah. Can you believe you're watching AMC curl, Bilal? Come on, Mass, give us a breakout. Give us a breakout. So the you guys know how like the people have to the construction people, like it's taken this long for them to be like, hey, we want to start. So I guess they're at the door, so I have to go check. Ridiculousness. Okay, I'll be back in a second, guys. I'll be back in a second. Mullen, yeah.
So that he knows everything. Yeah. Okay. So I think you're gonna pick up the flow already.
Salinas, we have we need you to come investigate. uh, yeah, yeah. You only have one job, I know, right? To scam the markets. No, so they just came to do measurements, I guess, and collect bunnies is what they came to do. 1 second. It's Rob's fault. It's Rob's fault, guys. Ah, it's a good thing the markets are kind of slow, you know. There's really not a whole lot happening. Looks like kind of looks like we're moving back to like China, Japan, huh? Yeah, it looks like we're moving back towards China, Japan here. Yeah, you took the rest, CM. Yeah, and it's actually now it's halted down after that last pop. Hmm. EP ELWS. It's Rob's fault, guys. Blame Rob. Mm-mm. Uh, you lost all your wins today on SCNX. Why are you still in that stock? Mm, yeah, China is the best for sure. uh, I mean, I think when it comes to stocks, China is definitely better than Japan. So we play with a lot more China stocks than we do with Japanese stocks. Yeah, yeah. Good job, Luna. Yeah, that was nice. Bilal, at this point, yeah, you might have to, unless we get a proper theme here, and then maybe not. Right? EPWK is looking okay. EPWK looking a okay. Right? So this is China though. So and it's a micro penny stock. The IPO is live. Okay, thank you. Don't think we're overly excited for these IPOs, but yeah. Is it gonna show up? Huh? Why does it seem like it's not actually live yet? DC. Mm-mm. Yeah, doesn't look like it's actually live yet. VC, yeah, below that 200 EMA, they slapped it. Yeah, Chloe, slapped, slapped. Work. White Hawk is still looking okay, just because it's holding that bottom there, but it needs the volume to the upside. Needs the volume to the upside. Hmm. Interesting. Is it halted? For some reason it doesn't show up for me. Maybe that's because yeah, like you can see that it says $68, which is nowhere close to the price that was supposed to come live. But yeah, I don't know what's going on there. It's showing 90s. Maybe TradingView just isn't showing that then. ELWS is unhalted. It was halted down, so it only makes sense that it goes down after the unhalt. Doesn't look like a good entry. No, right now, no. Right, maybe closer to 305, it would have been random. Yeah, not right now. Yeah, it is at $68 on that hold there for for that IPO. There goes early works 640. It's pumping back up now. ELWS. Peloton. Peloton is adding ChatGPT. Interesting. Peloton. I'm surprised someone hasn't bought out that stock or bought out the company. Peloton. Do, do. Do, 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 do. 660. It's a nice little recovery. You like the new treadmill? Yeah, I'm surprised like someone hasn't bought it. Yeah. There seems to be a big, like a pretty strong supplies on there though, for ELWS. So that's the third time. It looks like a cup and handle, but that's the third time it's getting there and still failing. Yeah, a nice pop. Japan. It would be nice if that thing kept running and created a theme though. Create a theme. 650, 660. And that supply zone is pretty strong. 660 to 670. That thing said, forget about it. 680. Still in that supply zone though. Is it a sign to get out? Yes and no. Yes and no, Danielle. Um, right. So yes, in the sense that like when it's stalling like that, if you're green in that position, maybe you just want to take it and walk away. But it doesn't mean you have to. You don't have to, right? Because it's still in the same range. You could simply just leave your stop loss and hope that it can break out, right? So it's not an easy like yes answer. It's easier when so the T-Rex comes into play when you have a run and you're stalling. When it's still at the bottom, the answer is not a yes, right? Because we're still in that same range, right? 640. Yeah. Do, 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 do. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm. Still sitting here. 660. That level strong resistance. Do I think we'll go back to 200? Brennan, cool name. What's your position in PRAX? What's your position in that play? Why do you need it to get back to 200? Did you buy at 200, or you're just wanting it to go back up there so you can sell? Do, 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 do. Mm, 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 mm. They're killing it, Regan. Come on, you know what to do. You know what to do. Don't hold banks like that, please. Right? you have to always remember the reason why you get into something. If you buy because it's above the 200 EMA, if it closes below the 200 EMA, you might have to get rid of it, right? So you always have to go back to that reasoning, right? I'm buying because of this. If that's gone, then I shouldn't be in this position anymore, right? Danielle, yeah, look at that nastiness. Look at that. Look at that. They just slapped it. They destroyed White Hawk. Just watching it, Regan. Okay, good, good. Because I was about to roast you, about to come find you and send your address to, to ICE. Yeah, they slapped that thing hard, hard, right? So, again, importance of having a stop loss because there's no way you can something like you can't react to this, right? You just can't, right? So those stop losses have to be in place. Yep. Send your address to ICE, say, hey, Regan was in this and she didn't sell when it broke below the 200 EMA. What do? Deport her, please. Even if she's American, deport her to the island of beg holders. Yeah. Yep, exactly. You have to use those stop losses, right? And in some cases it's a stop gain, right? Most of the time it's a stop gain, right? So a lot of stocks for some reason, yeah. It's a lot of weakness. A lot of weakness. EPWK is pushing for brand new highs here though. So China is starting to come back. Yeah, China's like, hey, destroy the American stocks. Destroy them, please, because I want to make monies. So 10 cents, here goes. 10 cents. KT, do your stop loss work on steep losses like that? Yes and yes, yes, for the most part, yes. Then Yogi answered your question, right? So if you're the type of person where like you're aggressive with those stop losses, I think you're gonna be okay. Right? Like if you're super aggressive and you move your stop losses up, you're gonna be okay. Right? If you give it too much room, then yeah, like you can get screwed by the slippage. And you can put a stop loss and it feels lower, right? Yeah. Yeah, Florida. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So no pre-IPO on those. ELWS is cooking, guys. Look at that. It just made brand new highs. So it looks like we're moving to Asia. Everybody said forget, crash the American stocks. Let's go to China and Japan, please. Someone mentioned Watt earlier, WATT, on stream that it was about to cook. It's actually popping there. Nice. Good morning, River. Good morning. Good morning. Mario, I'm not. I'm not. The markets are okay. It was you, Dean. Well done. Are you in a position? Yeah. Some nice little pops though, D. Look at this. Look at this craziness, guys. Is it actually trading now? Or is it halted up again? Looks like it's halted up again, right? Like we only have one candle. I mean, at least I only have one candle for this one. Craziness. Look at EPWK go though. 11 cents. Is anybody in this one? Anybody? 11 cents broken. Oh, spoke too soon. Well, who's around again, guys? Guess who's crashing the markets again? The orange wizard of tariffs. Good job, Derek. Jay, good job. Yep, the markets are getting slapped again. ah, these days, like the markets look okay. They're gonna get slapped. They're gonna get slapped. Unbelievable. Anyways, ELWK is still looking really good though. So good job if you're still in this. Yeah. He showed his face, and then the market said bridge. Not a single word. Everybody just knows he's coming though. Yeah. Volume is 2K. Yeah. Uh, mm, and it's halted up again, guys. Yep. So this will most likely create a theme now in China. This will most likely create a theme now, right? So the other play that we kind of talked about, guys, was as another China play was is this Japan? Japan, right? So BLMZ was another one, right? This one really isn't doing much though, but we'll keep an eye on it if it ever moves. Right, BLMZ. If this one keeps going, this is also from Japan, right? It should be. Tokyo, Japan, yeah. So maybe this one's cooking and EPOK is cooking, right? No, EPOK is from China, but again, same continent, right? So 718, yeah, very nice. Yeah, so that's halted up. Type yes in the chat if you're still in ELWS. Type yes if you're still in ELWS. Are you holding puts, ST? It's the hell. Very nice. Very, very nice. $7, Dennis? Okay. Random? Sounds good. See what happens with the on hold. For quick $10 bounce, Mohammed. Okay. The other IPO doesn't quite seem like it's live. We don't know if that's even coming live. That's another direct listing, isn't it? So, SEV, SEV, and then China is cooking. Let's go, Martin. There goes EPWK, brand new highs. 1150. 1150. Okay. So yeah, the volume is ridiculous on this one, but we'll see what it does. WOK. Yeah, they're both from China, so maybe that thing will follow. WOK. Both from China. Yeah, MGX is halted up. Yep. The only reason you bought last week, Derek. Okay. Your purchase price didn't have a stop loss, so held it and praying. What's your entry price, Derek? What's your entry price? That was a very good scalp. When they pull China rug. Oh, 12 cents. Dang, you're very close though. You're very close, Derek. Very close. That might have been hopefully we go back up, but that might have been one of those, situations where you take a smaller loss. Especially from like going all the way down to 7 cents. You're just trying to get back to even. Yeah, you were very close. It was like 11.69. Really, really close. Give me the sad monkey. Yeah, you're very close. 11 cents is definitely better than 7 cents. Still halted. It's a small bag. Okay, sounds good. Sam has been on fire. Good job, Sam. Okay. Yep. Bit of a curl on this one, but and this one's still halted. Still halted. And so is OWLS, Oberg Holdings. I bet you these guys knew exactly what they were doing with that uplisting. They knew exactly what they were doing. Do it for Derek. Pump back to 12 cents. Why? What happened, Diamond? This is just a bad day altogether. Why? What happened? What happened? MU virus? No. Oh, I can smell the violence on that thing though. Yeah, I can smell the chaos. Ah, MU. Yeah, MU just like I don't know I don't know how this thing's been pumping like that virus, but yeah, like look at that. Just like one break after the other. Yeah. Even when the markets go down, MU's like, wait, what's happening? I didn't get the memo. Oh, now we're pumping? Okay, okay, I get it. Let's go. And this one's unhalted, guys, and it's halted down again. So this thing is just gonna be garbage, right? So this is just not right now. It's not a good trade. Yeah, yeah. WHWK came back to at least test the 200 EMA. So that's a 10-minute halt now for ELWS. No, Manchester United is whatever the ticker symbol is. It's not a. It's not MU. They have something else in there. TMS option got cooked today when the earnings are being. So you lost money on options then, Diamond. Um, yeah. Are you? There goes the on hold, guys. Are you in the options cooking lab, Diamond District? Are you in there? No, 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 no. Re with the pop as well. Yeah, this thing's been a beast, guys. I'm surprised there are no proper sympathy plays, following this. But that thing is flying. The past 2 hours, okay. What a beast. If you're gonna play options, make sure you watch those videos, the videos that are pinned in there, Diamond. Alrighty, watch those videos, please. And then, did you schedule a one-on-one? Make sure you schedule something, right? And then yeah, so or just watch those videos and let me know when you're done, and then we'll do something. We'll chat. We'll look at those positions. Yeah, that was a really nice pop. Okay. Yeah. I made $200 today shorting Tesla. Let's go, Yogi. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. We mentioned BLMZ as a potential sympathy play to the other one, ELWS, because they're both, Japan names. That one went from red back to green. There's not a whole lot of volume on this thing though, but maybe at some point the volume will kick in. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't really think that direct listing is something to be playing with. At least not quite yet. It just looks overly suspicious. Overly suspicious. Okay. Is CYCU going down? I don't know. Is it? I don't know. Unless you really need me to look, Venka, right? For now, $9 was the high, Martin. Yeah, you really never know with these things. I think that's why people are betting that at some point there will be a proper market dip, Yogi, right? And that stupid owl stock is halted down again, right? Like there's nothing to see here, right? Look at that. This looks like garbage, doesn't it? And there's nothing to see here. Starting with the rubbish volume that it has, there's just nothing to see there. And WOK is actually popping there as a potential sympathy play, right? To the other one. WOK with an actual pop. Yep, slowly waking up. Slowly. So I think the volume is going from EPWK to work because they're both China stocks, right? Both China stocks. Yeah. This one, yep, and then fail at the supply. For now, at least. To work for Meta, took a pay cut. That's not good for the Optimus. That's crazy. Take a pay cut and leave to go work for Meta. Hmm. That's very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, Mario. Yeah, it's the supply zone. Okay, let me look at and WL ELWS is halted down. So these China names are going to be pump and dumps. China names are going to be pump and dumps. China. So yeah, halted down. Today's a scalp and run type of day. Did you ever see a micro penny stock jump to $1 in one day? Maybe not in a day, but we've seen it happen over and over again. Yep, you did $100, Dennis. Congratulations, well done. Good job. There we go. Yeah, IXHL did a really good run. I think that was multiple days. Like micro penny, like below 10 cents is kind of what I look at that as. There was one that did really well. FFIE, right? From like 6 cents to $3, almost $4, right? But that was like 2-3 days. Um, it took a few days, right? But that to happen. But it was very nice. It was very nice. FFIE. Mm, 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 mm. There we go. for 3 days straight. Yeah. Yep. Every so often there's a nice penny stock, you know. Every so often. Dennis, did it work this time though? It worked. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of confidence in your stop loss. Derek, yeah, FFIE was nice. Yeah, we had some fun with that. Everything just seems like today you just have to scalp and run, scalp and run, scalp and run, because nothing is actually performing. Yeah, nothing's actually, I mean, this one's been good though, right? But you can still see the crazy nature of the stock, right? Massive pump and dumps on ELWS. He he might as well have said something because he ruined the markets. He ruined everything, is what he did. And then slap Bitcoin. Yeah, we should have followed the person that shorted Bitcoin for 500 million and 400 million and shorted Bitcoin too. Yeah. Well, hopefully, at some point in the first year, we get desensitized to the Trump rubbish. I hope so. At least I hope the markets do. I know it's like it has to do more with the market makers taking advantage than what he's actually saying, but still, he either needs to stop yapping every single day, or the markets just need to get used to it and move on. Because some of the price action is just ridiculous. Like it makes no sense, right? You can't really do anything with it. 1 second the markets look amazing, the next second we're crashing. Right, so at the very least, it keeps you on your toes. Like even if you're holding calls, you're long, you can't just stay in there and pray. We're not gonna be pumping all day. Also, maybe we're not gonna be crashing all day, right? So, but no clear direction. Maybe after November we'll have a clear direction, but for now, before we get to that stupid tariff deadline, it's just gonna be ridiculous volatility. DC, it's dropping because they announced an offering. The conversation is ongoing, a lengthy one. I will report the contents as well President Putin as a conclusion at its conclusion. Yeah. See, like this is some of the stuff too that like Dan is a bit ridiculous. Like how about you keep quiet and you have the conversation, and if anything comes out of that, then tell us. Why do we need to know that you're chatting with someone? Hey, I'm having breakfast. I'll let you know how delicious the breakfast was. This is like Dan, sending me pictures of his breakfast. How about you just eat the damn food? Ah, doo, doo, doo. They are sensitive, right? So, and that we've said that so many times, right? It's not just about Trump saying stuff; it's about the markets being too sensitive. You know? Yeah. No interrupting. Yeah. I like to share with you. Yes. Trump also likes to share with the entire world whatever he's doing. We don't need to know all the details. See, a nice little pop there for WOK. It's important to keep up with the news. Example of random. Yeah, yeah, for sure. There goes 24%. Work is working. Work, 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 work. 26%. Yes, Dan. Yes, that's what we like. That makes more sense. Ah, yes. Like when he said buy the dip and the market went up 10%, you know? Yeah, see, that's the type of stuff we like. Then we can say, yep, you're doing a good job. Anything else? Be quiet. You know? Yes. No, I think in general, though, we just mean like, don't say anything unless there's something to be said. You know? Don't say anything unless there's something to be said. Rita. Yep. Yeah, that's a nice little pop with this one. Did anybody get in on this one? WOK? Anybody take a little scalpy on work? Because you're trying to play it safe. HRM. What did you get out? Oof! Damn. China. Damn, that thing just got knifed. Knifed. My goodness. That thing said hello. Yeah, is that what you were in? Are you happy you sold too soon now? HRM? Yeah, I don't. Again, I think Raven. I just have it up because it's a sympathy play to the other one. I definitely don't like this stock. This definitely suspicious, right? But it's a sympathy play, and it's done okay. But as soon as you zoom out, you can see the scamminess. It looks like Mullen Beanie 2.0. Yeah, exactly. The warrants, always the warrants. But sympathy. Uh, Pre-market. Okay, no more Orange Man tweets. Savoie, yeah, or maybe after hours, right? See you later, Savoie. Sorry, Bala. Sorry. Danielle, yeah, yep. Sheesh, that's a nasty drop. I think erased all the gains in two candles. Actually, in one candle, Raven. One candle, all gone. Crazy. Craziness. Yep. Hopefully, if you were in that, you took your monies and ran. Hopefully. This stock definitely looks very scammy. ELWS is trying to curl back up again. Trying to curl up again. $760. Beanie's at 10 cents now. What a sad stock. Yeah, Bitcoin looks like it's headed for that 107, doesn't it? Headed for the 107, which is kind of annoying. Kind of annoying, just a little bit. A cup and handle? Most likely not. Ramteen, that looks nothing like a cup and handle. Maybe, yeah, maybe work can stay above the view up and the 200 EMA there at 6 cents. If that thing goes below 6 cents, it's garbage. I mean, it's already garbage, but if it can stay above 6 cents, I think you have some hope, maybe you get a run at some point, but below 6, no thanks. All of this started because Trump said that China wasn't buying soybeans from the US. All of this whole thing started from that. China is not buying our soybeans. We are pissed. 100% tariffs. Come on, dude. So China, if you're watching, please buy some soybeans and let's end the trade war. Buy some soybeans. Yeah, just buy some, and then yeah, it's like an inverse cup and handle Ibrahim. Just buy some. Yeah, someone needs to buy some soybeans, and then Omar, please, exactly, please. Please, China, just buy some. Then next thing you know, the markets are pumping again. To 8 random. Are you in a position or no? I felt bad about myself for 2 days. Why did you feel bad about yourself, though, Dan? Why? Raven, that looks like a bottom feed, doesn't it? Looks like a bottom feed there. Kind of looks interesting, doesn't it? Yeah, WeBuy looks interesting. There's some unusual volume coming in those candles. Some resistance right below the 200 EMA there at 310, but did it get slapped? Oof, nasty. It's halted down too. Yeah. Maybe that's why the money's going to WeBuy. Is WeBuy China as well? Probably, huh? Singapore. Interesting. The Raven says not yet. Not yet. It needs to go lower. Ah. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it, though, Raven. See if that thing can break out. Yeah. Yeah, that thing got slapped hard. Yeah, those China names are not meant to be diamond-handed. You have to make your money and run. Make your money and run. Do, do, do. Hmm. How's soybean stocks doing? Um, Not sure. Not sure. And again, Dean mentioned this one earlier today on stream, right? What? It's actually done okay. Good job, Dean. I think I asked if you were in this. You're probably in this, huh? That's a nice pop. What's the volume on this? It seems to, yeah, that's why it's moving like a super super small float. SEV is live as well now too, isn't it? Damn, that thing is flying. How did Dean know, guys? How did Dean know? Is my only question. Dean, how did you know? Dean was like, "Hey, this stock is gonna pump. It's gonna pump. It's gonna pump." An hour ago, Dean, show yourself. It's a nice pop. That thing seems very suspicious, though. The way that it's moving. Yeah, just be careful. Just be careful. You can't seem to trust any of these names today. Dean the Bean, how did you know? How did you know? Don't tell us you're looking at the charts. Yeah, exactly. Dean, which firm do you work for? What else you got? What else you got, Dean? Uh, what else? We're testing Dean. Dean was right with this one. Now, if Dean's right with the next one, we yeah. So that IPO is live. For anybody that's interested, SEV, right? So and it's halted from $20 to 22.43 and halted up. So, um, anyways, Dean, this is not the time for laughing. How did you know? And what price did you buy at? Does your real name start with the B and end with the P? If yes, just tell us. Then we know. Ah. And we buy is slowly creeping up there, isn't it? Slowly, slowly. There isn't a catalyst for this one. This one seems like a pump. Yeah. Raven. Yeah, the spread on this also looks very suspicious, doesn't it? But yeah. See, now Dean's too quiet. Now we know Dean is interesting. That was a nice bottom feed there, Raven. It was. It was a nice bottom feed. Again, the price action is probably going to be super sus, but yeah. ELWS is still halted. Still up, but there goes the on hold. And work is being trash. It was already trash, but and then we have what else? Yeah, that thing unusual volume for sure, but it needs more volume if it wants to keep going. Because that volume seems light. Dean has left the chat after making $2 million on WATT. Dean is compromised. Ah, Dean, we promise not to tell anybody, you know. You can be the secret weapon. GBRG, is it setting up? It has a bridge in the name, so the answer is no, Misfits. That stock has a bridge in its name. Bridge group. So all it does is it pops and sends you to the bridge. Um, hmm. Let's see. This stuff definitely doesn't look like it's setting up though, right? Like we're clearly trending down. So until that reverses, Misfits, um, no, not a setup. Not a setup. Yeah, the money went from China to Singapore, guys. China to Singapore. China to Singapore. From that name to we buy. We buy, you buy. These are the lies we used to get told in the village, heritage. Don't say stuff like that. Yeah. Did you watch the onboarding video? HRM, watch the onboarding video, watch the other videos, and then pay attention to the scanners and stock general. Yeah, those are the lies, you know. uh, yeah. Profitable, whether we open and this afternoon, I'm thinking go through with that. Detail decide if we want to release this. Yeah, Iron Condors. The Iron Condor. Dean has exited the position. Dean, did you sell? You did, didn't you? Did you abandon ship? See, Dean is only laughing now. No, hopefully you made money still, Dean, and thanks for sharing. And do it again. Ready? Cool. What happened to MIRA? Um, MIRA was below the 200 EMA, so it's difficult for that thing to get moving like that. Difficult. Oh, is it a better buy at 30% higher? It's beta 30% higher, virus. Beta 30% higher. Yeah. The FOMO is better. Dean the Bean. Yep. Yeah, today's definitely been a pump and dump day, guys. Pump and dump. Pump and dump. Let's give it another 5 minutes, guys. Another 5 minutes, and then we will hop off and go back to Discord. Deal? So yeah, 5 more minutes. Again, we buy. We're watching this one for now because the chart looks okay, right? And it looks like the only one that's actually testing the highs. Right. So that daily chart looked interesting at 270, and then a nice pop, right? So we'll give it 5 more minutes, and then so yeah, let me know if you have any last questions, blah blah blah, and then we will hop off. So yeah, don't forget to smash a like if you haven't already. Please smash a like, hit that subscribe if you're new. If you want to join us in Discord, click this link at the bottom of the chat from Nightbot and come join us in Discord. Ready? Is that a song from P Square Heritage? No, yeah, just text HRM. So we just text in Stock General and all the other channels, right? So yeah, yeah. P Square, yeah. P Square was yeah. Those songs were nice. Those were the jams growing up, P Square. Mohammed says just made. How did you make 10? How much money did you put in there, Mohammed? You made $10,000. Uh, in PRAX. How much did you put in at that price to make that much? That's a nice double bottom. Yeah, Mohammed, the only way I'm gonna believe that is if you become a good VIP member. That's the only way I believe you. Become a member. No, 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 no. Interesting. Huh. For some reason, I don't believe that. I'm just looking at a different article here. Interesting. I had a limit order for 100K. My goodness, you actually did? Damn, that's impressive. Yeah, Mohammed, become a member right now. Right now, don't make me find you. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I guess that's believable. Yeah, it's believable. Let's go. Mm-mm. It'll be interesting when the people start working on fixing the leak. We'll see me. I might have to stream a little bit earlier so we can get off like an hour earlier, so the noise isn't like a big issue. We'll see. We'll see. His real name is Mohammed bin Dubai. bin Dubai. Steven, I think it's yeah. Yeah, Miss F. It's definitely been a slower day. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We shall see. Choo, choo. Do, 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 do. La, la, la. Yep. So Bitcoin again. Bitcoin looks like garbage. Garbage. Right. But 107 is so important for this thing. So important. So important for Bitcoin. Like this is 107, guys. That's the daily. Right. That's the 107 support. Right. That level is so important for BTC. If it breaks below that level, oof. 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 If it breaks below that level, oof. Then you better start praying because we're about to see some violence. Bitcoin is gonna visit 100K if it does that. Dip back to 17. Can you imagine? Yeah. Steven, yeah, these are just pump and dumps, you know. There's no catalyst, so they're gonna move up and down really quickly. Looks like garbage. But again, we knew that. And BTC. Do, do, do. Yeah, hopefully we stay above 107, guys. Hopefully. Double bounce. I did 170 and yeah. Mohammed, yeah, yeah. There was a nice double bottom there. So far, it's gonna lose a letter. Ah, yep. We'll see. We'll see what it does, virus. We'll see. I definitely think there's gonna be panic though. If we break below 107, 100, 100, and then if he breaks below 100, people are gonna have zero faith in Bitcoin. Zero faith. I still think again they're doing this on purpose though. You know, crash it so they can pump it into the end of the year. And but maybe once the big money is all in and loaded, then okay. But we'll see. So if you're interested in BTC, you should be scaling in, right? Slowly. Scale in slowly. Rather than because that thing looks weak. Yep. Yep. I think once we break below that 107 virus, it's going to start to trigger a whole bunch of things. Because that's the daily and that's the 200. The last time we were below the 200 for Bitcoin was in the 80s. Right? So if that thing doesn't hold that 200 EMA, which it's testing right now, oof. Mm, merger with oh, but ah, virus. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Keep rising, BTC will keep dropping. Yeah, obviously BTC hasn't isn't at that level yet, you know? Not quite at that level yet. Not quite at the level yet. The markets look garbage today. Everything is red now. Red all over the place. You can thank the orange you can thank someone. Maybe it's time for some puts virus. Puts are green. Most of them are at least. It's a sign. Sitting out on the sun, opening everyone that walks by. Yep. Yeah, that's crazy. Crazy pyro. The great orange one. Yep. The great orange one. No, 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 no. On TradingView, Chibo, I would say the only indicator you should be using is the bull bear algo, but it's not free. So, yep, 2 trillion versus 30. 2 trillion. BTC. At least BTC is holding though, right? At least it's holding. At least it's holding that 107 for now. That's like the last hope. The last hope. Doesn't hold, bridge. Last was a minute before the James. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we talked about it earlier. The same account. The same account did it again, right? The same account did it again a few yesterday or day before yesterday. and did it bigger this time. So now we're still dropping. So maybe they know something's coming, or I mean, even if they did, we've been dropping ever since, right? We bounced to 116 and we've been dropping. So if they did, they're making monies again. So someone, maybe they're gonna use some of the money to pay down your credit card debts, pay down some of the the trillions of dollars, and then maybe it's worth it. Or maybe they're gonna buy a new vacation house or an island. Viruses, then I can buy more. Criminals. I like it. Yep. Yeah, I think the only time I'm touching BTC again is below 100K. If they slap it below 100, then I think James. Yeah, exactly. Plural. Yep. Multiple of everything they want. You couldn't help yourself, Virus, could you? You couldn't help. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Reese popping a little bit. Yeah. Unbelievable. It's been 2 months. Ah. Uh, CURX and RE. Yeah, RE doesn't look bad. RE doesn't look bad at all, Chloe. Are you in it? Ooh, Bitcoin is dying, guys. He's dying. We're going for 107. Just looks like it was set up to get slapped to the abyss. Let me take a look. Yeah. Everything just kind of seems suspicious. SPY? Oof. Oh my days. Damn. SPY was almost at 670 this morning, guys. Almost at 670. Here we are now. We're down half. Oh my goodness. Wow. Damn. Ah. That fear and greed index is gonna go to zero at soon. Even though we're higher, I think there's a lot of with the way things are going, hesitant to get in. I agree. Everything just seems suspicious. Suspicious. VIX is at 21. I mean, that thing has a long way to a long way to go if it wants to go. We'll see if SPY stays above 660. If not, straight to zero. Straight to zero. Nothing looks good. Well, nothing. And well, I mean, something looks good. You know what looks good? You know what looks good, guys? You know what looks good? Gold. Gold looks good. So times like this, you either play gold or you play the inverse, market ETFs like VIX and whatnot else. VIX, UVXY, all of those names. Gold and silver. Yep. Damn, SPY is getting destroyed. Whew. I think it's gonna be like this honestly till we get to till we get to like the end of the month, because that's when the stupid tariff deadline shows up. Yeah, no, October, yeah, for sure. Yeah, constant chaos. Puts in the afternoon, I think so too, Raven. Yeah, all the boomskis are for shorting now. ELWS with a bit of a pop. Oh wow, that is a nice pop actually. Yeah, from 550 to 650 almost. If it's like this for the next 4 years, we're gonna get pretty tired of. You're trying calls, virus? Okay, I'll pray for you. 58.21 per van. Okay. Yep. Is Re still going or bouncing? Trying to. Yeah. Hopefully. Ooh, virus. 0 DTE. Green. Nice little pop. Fully priced in. Two more rate cuts. Yeah. Highs of the day still climbing, Stephanie. Yeah. I bet you that thing is going to keep climbing because the markets, as much as we're bouncing a bit, it doesn't look like we're ready to bounce. You're letting them play out. Yeah. A little bit of consolidation, virus. A nice little golden candle there for you as well. Hopefully a bounce. Dang, EL actually bounced nicely. This thing has been like this all day though. Like it looks like garbage and then it comes back. It's a nice bounce. 400 points. That's crazy, Dan. And ELWS is halted up. Halted up. 704. Halted up. This is a revenge trade. Yes, crush it, virus, crush it. You bought some spy calls too, Arya? Okay. Sounds good. Hopefully we rebound for you guys. Hopefully. The US 2-year yield falls to 3.42, lowest since 2022. What did Kramer just? I don't know. Let me pull up Twitter. Something flashed across my screen as a Kramer tweet. I don't know what he said though. Oh, that's an old one. That was 40 minutes ago. Kramer says very bullish. China accuses the U.S. of over controls. Oh, anyways, that's a rare earth thing. I don't know why that would be. Anyways, But what else has he tweeted here recently? A lot of spamming. Mm. Anyways. I know nothing. Someone stole my dartboard, so no more calls. No, he's too busy yapping about rubbish. Yeah, SOND is also popping a bit. There's so many random pops, Chloe. So many random pops, and with all of these names, you just want to be careful, please. Yeah, just want to be careful. Okay, 2 more minutes, guys. 2 more minutes. We said 5 minutes like 30 minutes ago, so 2 more minutes, and then we're gonna hop off and continue in Discord. So again, don't forget to smash a like, hit that subscribe if you're new, and if you're not a member yet and you do want to join us in Discord, click that link at the bottom of the chat there. Alrighty, and let me know if you have any last questions, and then we will hop off and continue in Discord. Alrighty. Okay. Let me know. Let me know. And then obviously ELWS is halted, so SPY is looking super suspicious. So just be careful with those calls. We better stay above that 59.70, 659.70. Otherwise, violence. Violence. Thank you, Efren. Efren. And GOD is getting slapped a little bit there too now, Pyro. Interesting. Yeah, the markets just look like there's more blood coming. Unless there's a tweet to help. Let me know if you have any last questions, guys, and then we will hop off. Alrighty. Thank you. For a quick $100, let's go. Good thing you sold. Yeah. Otherwise, you'd be back to Yeah. Good job. That's a quick little scalpy. We might still end up holding that bottom. It looks like it's holding, right? So it has to hold, right? So that bottom right there. So a virus can make some monies. Good job. Good job. Good job. Very nice. Oh, Spy said, okay. Okay, where's Virus? Let me give him some monies. Yeah, hopefully it stays above that bottom. Nothing good today. Just wait till the market closes and we cook again. Usually when the markets are like these, some type of theme shows up, and then it's fire. In 5 minutes? Okay. Yeah. Give me a V. Virus? Yes. Yes. I mean, it seems to do that every single day now. So thank you, Efren. You too. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Alrighty, all. We're gonna leave it here for the day. Be safe. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Don't do anything virus wouldn't do, please. Alrighty. Don't lose those gains. Much love, and catch you guys in Discord. Take care, Raven. Thank you again for the super chat. Bye, Ross. Peace. ISD, bye for now. Dan, much love. Have a wonderful afternoon. Don't eat too much, please. Go outside. Go lay on the hammock. Good job, area. Good job. Good Scorpion spy there. Desta, thank you. Have a wonderful rest of the day. DC, have a good day. Alrighty, y'all. Again, be safe, and see you guys later. Bye, say. Bye, A. Bye, guys. Jericho, go to bed. Go to bed. Unless you're buying some cash secured puts, then maybe. Bitcoin is still holding that 107, so that's good. So that 107 better hold. Otherwise, we're gonna end up in the bridge. Pyro, go outside, please. Tim, bye for now. Bye, guys. See you guys in Discord.